Yes, hello and welcome to our wonderful show, Child's Play! Thank you very much. We are 10 young people with a dubious hold on comedy who had less than a week to produce this wonderful show. There is going to be some stand-up. Can I get an ooh for stand-up? There is going to be a couple of games. Can I get an R for games? There's also a wonderful sketch. Can I get an for the sketch? I've seen it though, it's great. Yes. So, unfortunately, one of us can't be participating. Can I get a big cheer for him? Hope he hears it? Yeah! There we go. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So, I think it's time for a bit of a warm-up. So, on the count of 3, I would like you all to shout out your first name. What? Okay? Yeah. Some affirmation there. 1, 2, 3. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, now I would like you to make a new friend. Turn to another table, get someone else who you didn't come here with, and find out their first name. If not, if you have too many friends, if you're friends with everyone, you can shout my name. My name is Ferdy. I'm your MC for the first one of the show tonight. Has everybody got friends? Everybody got a new friend? Yeah, lovely. If you have too many friends, if you're friends with everyone, you can shout my name. My name is Ferdy. I'm your MC for the first bit of the show tonight. Okay, shout your new friend's name on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Lovely, lovely. Okay, now I can see there's still a bit of tension in the room. We want to get rid of that. So what I'd like you to do, put your hands out in front of you for me. Yeah, like that? Okay, now get those fingers going. And turn them to your left. Massage the back of the person next to you. Get rid of all that tension. Yeah, lovely, 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 lovely. Brilliant. Okay, now I'd like you to turn them back to the middle for me. Turn them to your right. Yeah, you like that, don't you? Wonderful. Okay, I can see all the tension's gone. You can relax now. It's fine. The awkwardness is over. So, I think it is time for our first game. Lovely. I would like to welcome to the stage all of our performers. So this game is called 186. We give our performers here the format for a joke, which is 186 blank walk into a bar. The barman says blank. We are going to fill in the first blank for them, and they will reply with a punchline for the second blank. So I'm going to give you guys an example. 186 dogs walk into a bar. The barman says, what does the barman say?
186 dogs walk into a bar. The barman says, I'm not serving you, you're all bitches.
186 dogs walk into a bar, ask them for some paracetamol. The barman looks confused and says, I've been barking up the wrong tree.
186 dogs walk into a bar. He turns to the barman and says, this establishment is looking pretty poor.
186 dogs walk into a bar. Barman says, are you pulling my leg? Dog says, nope, I'm shagging it.
186 pregnant dogs walk into a bar, and the barman says you're not allowed to litter in here.
186 dogs walk into the bar, the barman says he can't serve them because he's allergic. 186 dogs walk into the bar, the barman says, sir, I know that it's a shag carpet, but it's a name, not a suggestion.
Is that everyone? Wonderful, yes, lovely. Thank you. So now, I'm going to get a suggestion from the audience. You, miss, what's your name? Thera, lovely name. It comes from Theris, Latin for volunteer. Can I get a profession from you, please?
Nothing.
Unemployed doesn't count. Sorry. You, miss.
What, my profession or my name?
A profession.
Oh, profession. I don't know. Shopkeeper.
Shopkeeper. Lovely. Thank you. 186 shopkeepers walk into a bar. What does the barman say?
186 shopkeepers walk into a bar. The barman says that'll be £2.50. The shopkeeper says that's more than mine.
Okay, I'll try and add one on the spot. 186 shopkeepers walk into a bar. Turn to the bar and go, this isn't my shop.
Is that it for shopkeepers? You were so mean to them. You were so mean to them. What did you do? Right. Okay. Thank you very much, performers. Right. We're going to give you a second chance. I'd like an animal, please.
Dolphin.
Dolphin. Lovely. 186 dolphins walk into a bar.
186 dolphins walk into dolphins go,
186 dolphins walk into a bar. The barman says, sorry, I'm not serving you, you smell a bit fishy.
They're mammals, actually.
8 fish.
186 dolphins walk into a bar and the barman says to her, I don't speak Finnish.
186 dolphins walk into a bar. The bar looks at them very confused. I didn't order all these bottlenoses.
Lovely, I think that's it for our game. Give it up for our performers. Thank you very much. Now we have our second game of the night. I'm going to hand over to Tom to tell us how freeze tag works. Give it up for Tom.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Got a new game. Please give a big hand for our 5 fantastic improvisers. This game involves 2 of them coming to the front. Be so kind, thank you. And these 2 are going to be moving around in a random fashion. And when I shout freeze, they're going to have to make a scene out of the position they have assumed. And the 3 behind are going to be facing away from you guys. And one of them, well, they can shout freeze at any time. And they will then join in the game and replace one of our improvisers at the front and create a completely new scene. So, let's go. Actions. Freeze.
Freeze.
Your champagne is per requested.
thank you.
You're most welcome. Would you like an olive with that?
Oh, yes, of course, I would love an olive with that.
Some couscous? Some couscous?
What is it? Couscous.
Couscous? It goes very well with champagne.
It's time to start your act. If you just turn here we go.
That's not my bad.
Oh, sorry, the Yeti. Sorry. Okay.
Freeze. Excuse me?
Yes, hello.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Why were you touching me? You know I'm very peculiar about personal space.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I don't think you're sorry.
Okay, I was
You're
just...
really not sorry.
Okay, I was just trying to steal from you.
So, how are you doing?
That depends on what you mean.
You know what I mean.
Praise! And bend. Stretch. Around. Finish with the 12, and we are done for today. That'll be £2.50.
Wait, what? For 2 seconds? That's a rip-off.
You can pay more for more.
Alright.
We'll see you at the back.
I think on that rather fun, we'll end the game there.
Very much, Tom. Give it up to Tom! So it's time now for our first stand-up act of the night. A very good friend of mine. He's just above average, John!
Hi, my name's Josh, as he noted. It's quite a common name. I get told that quite a lot, like, your name's on a Coca-Cola bottle. Your parents aren't imaginative enough. Yeah, okay, sorry that my name isn't... Insert magical name here. Yeah, I was originally going to be called Jack. I remember my mum telling me the story that I was destined Jack, and her friends used to tease her quite a lot for this because she did literally have a designated Jack in her box. Yeah, she tells me the story quite a lot. How I was originally going to be called that, and in the hospital, every other baby in the ward was also being named Jack, every single one. The nurses were called Jack. The hospital was St. Jack's. My mum was called Julie. Okay, cool. Yeah, a little bit more about me. I do free running as a hobby. Do a backflip. I like to get out and do stuff. I don't usually like being at home, but I wasn't always like this. I used to be quite a slob. I used to sit around and eat Cheetos quite a lot. It was fun. And there was a revelation on how much of a slob I was when I was at home one day in my kitchen and I got out of breath mixing cake mix that I was then going to eat by myself. I saw people going past the window, people cycling, people jogging like, oh yeah, how many times do you jog a day? Oh yeah, about 7 times, I like to keep myself flexible and athletic. And also wear those really, really, really tight spandex that, you know, not only can you see the entire detail of everything down there, but also the pulsating vein in my cock. Pulsating cock, that's a good one. A little bit more about me. My mum works quite a lot, so I'm out of my house trying to find things to do, and in my house trying to find things to do, especially in the summer, being a very lonely time because I don't go to school anymore. So some of the things I like to do to try and entertain myself, I walk around the house holding teacups like guns, which was all fun and games until I mug shot myself. Thank you. I like going on escalators in big convenience stores. Going on escalators, and halfway up, I like to undo my shoelaces, and then do them up again before I get to the top. I think it adds quite a exquisite time limit to the situation. As you can tell, danger is my middle name. I remember the other day, me and my friends stole about 6 exercise balls and wrote random numbers on them, and then went to the park. We blocked off the end of a park slide so that nothing could slide off the end, and we rolled down the balls one by one and pretended to be the lottery. A little bit more about me. I've got quite an extended family. I remember my auntie Sally, she's quite a heavy smoker, so I remember when I was a kid, I'd ring my auntie up and make sure she turned the lighthouse on. If she didn't, we'd realise where we were sitting by using our shins. My Uncle Dave, he never used to like throwing things away, bless him. He died in the riots holding onto a Molotov. God rest his soul. My Uncle Steve, quite a firework fanatic. I remember the time where he bought some fireworks that were past their sell-by date. Yeah, they went off. Hard to believe, but I do actually have a girlfriend. I'm in a very happy relationship. The other day she told me a joke about cum. Joke's on her now. And single. I remember the other day I went on holiday. I went to the beach that we stormed on D-Day. I was there, I was just taking in the whole scenery, just like, wow, this place was amazing. And the amount of memories that went on here, beautiful, beautiful place. Amidst the carnage. And then shells started exploding all around me. No one really anticipated the attack of the Islamic snails. I've been Josh, thank you, good night.
It's a foreign name, and it's pronounced Halina, not Helena, Helena, or Halloumi. I grew up quite posh. I went to a private primary school, and then I went to a gorgeous private high school that looked just like Hogwarts, and in year 8 I moved to a state school that looked just like prison. I was really nervous on my first day. I was like, oh my god, they're going to think I'm a posh twat. Are they going to, I've only seen it on TV, I've looked at chavs everywhere, but it went really well. I started to recognise some faces, I made some friends, and I was actually really excited for my second day. I thought, being the new girl's fun, it's so easy. Until I went in the second day and realised the administration had switched my timetable with another new girl, so I was in classes with nobody I recognised. So of course I decided to sit in the back corner on my own, because that is the tried and tested method of making friends. And I finished my worksheet half an hour early, because I had a proper education. And then out of sheer awkwardness, I'm just staring at the back of everyone else's heads. Out of sheer awkwardness, I pull my book out of my bag. I think I'll just read, dead casual. And what was this 12-year-old private turned state school girl reading? Horrific coincidence, Pride and fucking Prejudice. So it's very obvious that I'm having a really rough time with it. At the end of the lesson, a guy comes up, he's like, "Oh, I'm Joe, you're new, aren't you? What's your name?" And I just go, "Helena!" and run out like a scared cat. I have no idea why that was my reaction, but it led to the rumour that I was a really strange French exchange student who couldn't speak a word of English. That rumour was actually so popular that it lasted until I left that school 2 months ago. Speaking of leaving school, I'd like to share with you an embarrassing story that actually helped me realise my place in the universe and revealed to me my inner dark side. So I'd like to tell you that story. Context, we have a fancy dress quiz for our leavers every year at my school. So I decided hilariously to go as the pregnant Virgin Mary. So full head veil, big Jesus bump, blue dress, great. Went in, did the quiz, was released into freedom, yes! Education's finally over, thank you so much. And then my friend pulled me over and she went, "Helena, you've started your period, you've bled through the back of your dress." I was like, "Oh shit, this is the last time all these people are going to see me and they're just going to remember me as the bloody Virgin Mary." And then embarrassment turned into pure atheist jubilation as I realised that in the 2 hours I was the Virgin Mary, I miscarried Jesus. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, I am the Antichrist.
Wonderful. It is now time to hand back over to Tom, who is going to introduce us to another new game.
I promise my role is not just introducing people. Please welcome to the stage 4 wonderful improvisers. This game is called Shift Left, so these 2 people at the front are going to have to act out a scene that you suggest to them. And then when I say shift left, these 2 are now going to have to act out a new scene. So, could we have from the audience a location, please? Church. There we go, shift left. Please, can we have an emotion?
Sadness.
What was that?
Sadness.
Getting sadness and psst at the same time. We'll go with sadness, that'll do, I can understand that one. Shift left. Can we have a relationship, please? Newlywed. And what haven't we had? Movie genre, that's the one. Movie genre. Please go with movie. Horror. There we go. So, action.
Oh my god, you're so ugly, get away from me! Excuse you?
Shift left.
You found my way, I'm praying to God. Hell no.
Shift left.
I'm so sorry.
Do you want to tell me what's wrong?
Yeah, sure. I very nearly got hit by a truck. I didn't get hit by a truck, but my granddad did. So,
Shift left.
Oh, darling, isn't it wonderful?
you were cheating on me, weren't you?
Shift left, shift left.
I'm pretty sure when I signed the job application, it clearly stated God.
Really?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Shift right.
What did you... You're really creeping me out now. I'm your mother.
Shift right, shift right.
So, yeah, I'm really sad about that. Also, straight afterwards, the donut stand was out of donuts. It was like the worst day ever.
Shift left.
I knew it.
No! I wasn't cheating. I was burglar.
Shift left.
So that explains it.
It's the middle of the night. What did you expect? I have to make my face pristine and wrinkle-free.
Shift left.
Look, if you want me to go, I'll go, but look.
Can you just shut up a minute?
Right, I think we'll call that game. Give it up for our fantastic performers. And I'm going to hand over to new MC, I think, Farah.
Hello, I'm your MC now. Now we have a bit more stand-up. Please give a warm welcome to the blue-haired Irish dragon, Jamie!
Hello everyone, I'm Jamie.
Hello.
That's not good enough. So who here is a morning person? That's very difficult. I'm not myself. I hate mornings. I'm always grumpy and rude. Some people have come to call me the morning dragon because I've been known to breathe fire a bit. I've kind of lost a few houses because of that now. As a way to get over my angers in the morning, I've started hiding jelly babies around the house, which isn't so good because my mum caught me yesterday. She caught me yesterday walking around the living room, stomping my feet about and flapping my arms and going, "Ah!" as I hit the little men. Which wasn't so great on Pride. I got a phone call at 10. Guys, why do you call people at 10 on a Saturday? People sleep. Get used to it. Thanks, sir. At least somebody. So I had to get up, I had to put the house out and get out myself. Pride was great. It was my first Pride actually. Had a great laugh. Saw so many weird things. A lot of penises. I normally only see how many penises in chat roulette. But there was one thing that really stood out during that day. I was down by level, and I turned around at one point, and I just saw a man standing there in a pair of really small budgie smugglers, and he had a pole and a line, and at the end of it was a dildo. The only thing that went through my mind is he was fishing for a partner. Speaking of partners, my girlfriend, I love her so much. I don't know how she deals with me sometimes though, because I'm an insomniac, so I really like to keep her up at night, and she's quite lazy, she likes to sleep. Don't really see how that works out though. But my favourite thing to do is just to go up to her at about 3, 4 in the morning and just whisper the amount of stupid shit I can. They go from the lines of I want a sandwich to, hey, check out this Amish website. My favourite one to do though is, once again, 3, 4 in the morning. We're lying down, we're sleeping, well, kind of sleeping. I cuddle her, she cuddles me back, I nuzzle up to her ear, she's just about to drift off. And I just can't help myself. I really have to ruin the moment. I just go, she slapped me last night. That was a very short, good, that was a lot shorter than I thought. I've been Jamie, I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you.
Woo, round of applause for my boyfriend. Yes, I am said girlfriend. He does do that all the time. I'm actually deaf in one ear, but I wasn't before I met him. Next up, we have my partner in crime, my Bert to my Ernie, my wife. It's Brighton, don't question it. The wonderful, the fabulous Ziggy!
Hi. My name is Ziggy, as Farah said, and I hate everyone. There's a reason for that. You're all a bunch of wankers. No, I'm sorry. You're all lovely. But no, the reason is stereotyping. I bet when I walked up here, in black, piercings, dyed hair. Harry? Wow. You all just kind of expected that. Let's just go back, shall we? You all expected that, dyed hair, piercings, all of Terry, hide the children! She's wearing black as an addicted to heroin! I couldn't do heroin, I'm scared of needles. Pill form! No, I'm a born and bred Brightoner. Brighton? Woo! Places! Yeah. But my dad is South African, which is a funny thing, because whenever I mention that to people, I often get the thing of, so if your dad's South African, why aren't you black? Didn't pass history, did you, love? Touchy subject. No, but living in Brighton living in Brighton the entirety of my life, I have noticed that there are only two things that they don't really tolerate: bad manners and tourists. I'm not racist, I don't rush to get somewhere and you're taking those kinds of steps that make your legs elongate about 3 meters than they should. You get that one family of 10 on their Brighton day out, because why not when you're in a rush to get somewhere, walking like this, with the dad in front with about 10 cameras taking a picture of a bin with a seagull with a chip. I can just imagine him in years to come when his grandchildren are sitting there, "Granddad, what's that?" Those, my children, is the obvious landscape of Brighton. The bin. With the seagull on top, you won't see those in years to come, obviously. No, but going back to the whole kind of stereotypes, labels thing, I have noticed that society tends to like to label things, like soup cans, parcels, me. And a big one is gender, because they tend to think that there's just male and female, and that's it. I'm living proof that that's bullshit. I am a gender fluid human, which means I identify as both male and female. And whenever I tend to explain that to people, they'll often just go, "So are you a man or a woman?" No. I am both, but that does not mean I walk out of my house every day with half and half makeup. It's like, "Yeah, my name's Terry and I like 3 things: beer, building, and tits." Coming out to my parents, they're lovely people. They're here actually, but I can't see. It was pretty easy, but explaining it to my mother was kind of like teaching my granddad how to use an iPhone. He's dead, so. Come on, Granddad, swipe the screen! No, they are wonderfully lovely people. They've raised me to be a perfectly normal. Same? I haven't killed anyone yet, so my hands are sweating, I'm out of material, I've been singing, and thank you very much.
What a hilarious woman man emotion. Next we've got another improv game. It's called New Choice, so give it up for Helena and the Improvs.
Yes, we are Helena and the Improvs. Okay, this is a game called New Choice. We're going to get a location and an activity from you guys, and they, in pairs, are going to act it out. Whenever I get bored with what they're talking about, I'm going to say New Choice, and they're going to have to change the end of their last sentence until I think it's funny. Then the scene will continue from there, and that will be the new reality. So shall we start off, please, with Ferdy and Aaron? Round of applause, please. Please. What was that?
Bedroom.
Well.
Bedroom. An activity in the bedroom, let's please be careful.
Making food.
Making food in the bedroom. Off we go.
Yes, would you like some curry?
Yeah, it'd be lovely actually, cheers. The plates are over there, I think.
New choice.
The plates I think I ate earlier.
You ate the plates?
Yeah, I don't have eyes, but we still have coverage. Possibly. Okay. I couldn't find the toilet paper earlier, so...
New choice.
I couldn't find my book earlier, so...
New choice.
I couldn't find my shirt earlier.
New choice.
I couldn't find the pancake mix earlier, so...
It's Thursday, we have curry on pancakes every Thursday.
New choice.
We have pancakes on curry every Thursday.
I know. I couldn't find the pancake mix, so I'm not actually sure what I'm flipping now.
New choice.
I'm not actually sure what I ate earlier.
New choice.
I'm not really sure what I put on my plates.
New choice.
I'm not really sure what I put on this morning.
And we'll end that one there. Thank you everybody. Now we have Jamie and Ziggy. Can we get another location from the audience? What was that?
Swimming pool.
Swimming pool. Activity at the swimming pool.
Drowning.
Okay. You are drowning at the swimming pool. David, help! New choice. David, get the lifeguard! New choice. David, just stand there, why don't you?
But I can't just stand here, can I? I've got to do at least something.
New choice.
I don't understand you. I've got to at least videotape this.
Watch it on YouTube! Do it for the vine!
Anyone else now?
No, I think I'm alright actually. New choice. No, I think I'll just drown some more. New choice. No, I think I'll just hop out for a bit and get on my towel.
That's not your towel.
Is it yours?
No, it's a 6-year-old child's towel.
New choice.
It's a granddad's towel.
New choice.
It's not a towel. And that's toilet paper.
New choice.
And that's a condom.
And we'll end that one there. Thank you to our improvisers and back to camera. Thank you, improvisers. I do know that word. Next up, we have the hilarious, the fantastic, the BFG. It's Tom.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Tom. Two big things happened this year. Number one was the massive, the exhilarating general election 2K15. And number two, slightly less well broadcast, but yet still very surprising, was the fact I managed to get to university. Thank you. And people tell me, Tom, people, well, youths today are not interested in politics. And I say, no, I disagree entirely. You know, election fever was spreading through campus like Ebola. Ed Miliband was promising to reduce tuition fees by £3,000 per year, and obviously as a student that's quite a good offer, but we don't tend to think, you know, that's good, you know, we can leave university with less debt, get onto the housing market quicker. No, we tend to think, yes, lads, let's have a bloody mental night out. but that might just be me and my friends, who knows. I think politicians would be a lot more popular if they're a bit more flamboyant. You know, Boris Johnson has nailed this technique. No matter what he says, everyone's clapping and calling him a legend. And to reiterate at this point, I have got some Boris quotes here. Just imagine I've got long, blonde, crazy hair. So, my chances of being PM are about as good as my being incarnated as an olive. Legend. Voting Tory will cause your wife to have bigger breasts and increase your chance of owning a BMW M3. Legend. My policy on cake is pro having it and pro eating it. Absolute legend. And I think other politicians could adopt this technique as well. You know, George Osborne, when announcing the budget, instead of walking down Downing Street going, yes, hello, hi, I've come to announce the budget, yes, hello, hi. If he did it in a DJ voice, for example. Downing Street, are you ready for the 40p tax rate? Put your hands up in the air for a reduction in corporation tax. Make some noise for cutting £12 billion from the welfare bill. I've gone a bit off topic there. Back to students, yes. Students' number one priority is looking good. Jack Wills is quite a popular brand at the moment, with the strapline fabulously British, which, interesting enough, I think would make a perfect UKIP slogan if Nigel Farage was gay. And of course, I haven't let you down. I have got some Nigel Farage quotes in my right pocket, of course. You might have heard him say these are quite famous. I think, frankly, when it comes to chaos, you ain't seen nothing yet. # watch out. I think politics needs a bit of spicing up. # spicy. And my personal favourite, as you might have seen him say this on the ITV Leaders Debate, OMG! The UK immigration policy is just atrocious. # oh no. Thank you very much, good night! I'm your dog.
of comedy, the amazing, the Oompa is Carla!
Thank you, I am Carla and I'm a midget, as you can probably tell. Anyway, what I don't like is when people do this to me and lean on me. It's very patronising people. I mean, it's like people that I know, when I'm not there, they're like, "Where's Carla?" And when I go to theme parks, I absolutely hate it because I have a brother who's about 7 and he's a foot taller than me. So when we go to theme parks, we're waiting there for about 40 minutes. Well, I think it's 40 minutes, I can't tell the time. Don't even get me started on shoelaces, that's why I'm wearing slip-ons. Anyway, waiting for this ride for about 40 minutes, get to the end of it and like, look up, bugger, I'm too short. Bearing in mind this happens a lot, so I'm kind of used to it. But my little brother comes along, it's like, "Oh my god, I can get on the ride, I can do everything better than you, I'm taller than you." And his balls haven't dropped, so his voice is pretty high. So it's like, "Go on then, go for it." So he goes up and he's asked to wait at the beginning, and the guy goes to him, "Sorry mate, you need adult supervision." I was like, "Come on!" It's actually quite good being this tall because you can't reach the food shelves, so who needs Weight Watchers? I think everyone should just walk around on their knees all day. They lose a lot of weight. Recently I went back to school to get some coursework, and a Year 7 teacher goes to me who does maths. She was like, "Are you coming into my classroom?" I was like, "What? I've left!" "Are you sure you're not coming into my maths class?" So I walk in, I thought another 5 years can't hurt, maybe I'll pass maths this time. Don't you just hate when you're walking around Brighton, there's dog shit everywhere? Like, no one picks it up. And it's really weird, because when dogs do a shit, they do this. And then when we step in it, we do exactly the same thing. So don't you reckon that's how Michael Jackson invented the moonwalk when he stepped in shit? Teachers really get on my nerves, actually. One time I did this prank on my teacher, and I wrote on the board penis in really small letters, because I thought it was quite funny. Gave the class a bit of a giggle. Teacher walks in, rubs it off with this board rubber. She's like, "What is the meaning of this?" And then everyone just laughs and doesn't tell her. So I kept doing it each day, bigger and bigger. And she just kept rubbing it off. Got to Friday.
Stop by next week, you'll be in detection.
I was like, definitely doing this next week. So we got to Monday. The biggest letters I could, I wrote penis, obviously. And she came in, she was like, "What is the meaning of this?" I was like, "Miss, don't you know, the more you rub it, the bigger it gets." My dad gave me a bit of advice recently because I get into quite a lot of fights. He said to me, "Take your glasses off so they don't get broken." "Dad, I need these to see." So anyway, I used this advice, got into a fight. This girl was squaring up to me, and so I was swinging around, trying to hit her obviously, and I knocked myself out. I've been Carla, thank you!
We're going to have a short break soon. If you will find some pieces of paper on your tables, could you please write a line of dialogue on them to use in the next improv game? And then, when you finish writing them, just put them in my hat. So, write the dialogue, we're going to have a 10-minute break and I'll see you in a bit. The bar is open.
Are you guys ready for another game?
Yes!
Awesome, well the next one is called the Audience Line Game, so if you'd like to welcome your performers.
Yes!
So, a hat of vulgar words, I'm sure. So, if you'd all like to take about 3 each. Awesome. Right, so you guys have given them the quotes, and now we are going to put them in a setting. The idea of the game is for us to put them in a workplace, and for them to make a scene about it, but include the lines of dialogue every few sentences, just so it mixes it up a bit. It should be quite funny, just funny to watch how they put all the different vulgar things you've all written down into their performances. So, a workplace, anyone?
American high school.
American high school. Awesome.
Do you want us to do accents? Or?
Yeah.
Accent, yeah.
Alrighty.
Alright. And C.
Hey, pal! What are you doing with your shovel in an American high school whilst I do my exam? I'm mopping the floors. You're a bit young for caretaker, don't you think? Don't judge. Don't judge me. Why are you down there? Why am I down here? Why are you down there? 'Cause... Yeah. Baby lubes is the shit.
I think we're going to call that a very disturbing scene. Thank you. Another work occupation, please.
Building site.
Sorry?
Someone else, show on.
Anyone?
Police
section.
They said police officers over there. So,
Police officers.
Yeah.
Awesome. Right, C.
So, what's on the agenda today then? Work. No shit. You know, I smell like a cat's arsehole. All that running around fighting crime. Can't believe you've done this. Would you like to elaborate on that? I'm a police officer, I don't know what I've done, I can't have done anything wrong. Don't worry, be happy.
You know the phrase that we're told when we first join the police academy? Yep. Come in peace, shoot to kill.
And very American names on that scene. Thank you.
A bit too real.
Good thing we're not in America.
Up now is our next stand-up act of the night. Everyone.
Good, I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, it's me again. I'm back. Immediately, I haven't been given a single moment of reprieve, so that's going to be interesting. And oh my god, these lights are more oppressive than the American justice system. So, yeah, my name is Rembe. Now, people often tell me how French that sounds. I'm not French. It's not even my name. It's a... What do you call it? A petit chauffeur? Petit falou? A nom de plume, which if you don't speak French means pen name. So yeah, if I reckon if I could speak French, which I can't, sadly, I would probably be able to start to expand my incredibly limited British vocabulary beyond constantly apologising for being bumped into. You know, something a little bit more sophisticated and romantic like croissant or rendezvous or apple. I did have a French teacher in school, taught me maths. I did actually have somebody who taught me French in school. It's just a shame that by the end of the year, the only thing I knew how to say was "Sans start in la classe," which means get out of my class. So I'm going to come right out and say it. I am autistic. This means that even the most... Oh, it's a very sensitive condition. This does mean that even the most basic of idiom will go completely over my head. Sorry. Unfortunately, a lot of my teachers struggle to grasp that concept, and I think if any of you have autism, you'll probably be able to relate to that. They'd always tell me to pull my socks up, which is a little bit tricky if you're a hippie like me. And there was this one teacher in particular, a really sadistic man by the name of Mr. Johnson, who would always take a kind of perverse sense of pleasure in making fun of my confusion on the subject. So, you know, whenever he told me to pull my finger out, I did. Thank you, everybody. I've been Remy and
Quite a lot about France there. Did you know, very, very good fact about France, that, are you all aware of what the flag looks like?
Yeah.
Yeah? No. Good. Did you know that the red and blue stripes are actually made of Velcro so that they can be ripped off in times of war? You can always tell you can always tell when a Frenchman has been on holiday with the sunburn under his arms. Awesome. The next act of tonight is another stand-up comedian, the beautiful, talented Farrah, everybody!
I'm still wondering where my hat is. A bunch of thieves. Hello, thank you all for coming. Sadly, my mum couldn't be here tonight because she had to work, but she was very sad she couldn't be with her special little baby, her dog. But my family is ridiculous like that. Like, my uncle, he broke into a corner shop that the owner knew him. So when he broke in, she came in and was like, "Lee, what are you doing?" And he went, "No, I'm not Lee, I am burglar." Which, if you recognise that joke, it's because Ziggy stole it earlier. Another one, my dad, when I was born, my dad phoned him up, my mum phoned him up, saying, John, the baby's coming." And he was like, "Right, just let me finish my dinner." And my gran as well, she decided she wanted to have a cat, a budgie, and a goldfish. It was like the pet version of the Hunger Games. Don't ask me how the goldfish won. But that's the thing, animals just like really ruin lives. Or they can change lives or they can ruin them. Like a friend of mine was once attacked by a squirrel in a park. He jumped on his face, he wasn't mugged. But yeah, he was attacked by a squirrel, and I saw him at Pride a couple of days ago, and yeah, it really changed him. Because now he just wears loads of fur and he loves nuts. Seagulls as well, there's lots of seagulls around Brighton. All of my memorable life of living in Brighton is about a year. They've just been running Brighton. Like, the council is just seagulls in suits. I don't know if you're aware of this, but yeah, suits, flying around the office. As well as trash everywhere, the bins don't work, it's just free food for them. And they like to rip off tourists. Fingers. Fingers and chips. And the buses are run by seagulls. That's why they always arrive in flocks. And if you try to pay with a £10 note, they'll be like, "What?" Whatever that is, you have an amazing laugh. Just making me evening. Seagulls, yeah, a seagull ruined one of my GCSEs. It sounds unlikely. But it was in science, a teacher was showing us practical, and we had to replicate it to get the marks. But I didn't know what we had to do in time for it, because instead of watching the teacher, I was looking out the window, watching a seagull try to pull a football out of a drain. So I had no idea what to do. And you could say, well, why didn't you ask one of your friends? You know, work as a team, they'll know what to do. Because we were all watching the same seagull. We had no idea. So if you're going to take one thing away from this show, I'd say don't trust animals. Just don't. They're evil, okay? They'll rip off your fingers, they'll ruin your GCSEs, they'll steal your mother's love. Just no. Kill them all. I'm a vegetarian, my name's Farrah, and it's been wonderful.
Everyone! Just talking a little bit about bus drivers there. My uncle used to be a bus driver, he never talked to me much. Well, with a bus driver, you're not allowed to. Thank you. Sticking with the Brighton theme, we are now going to show you a sketch that we made up about 7.5 minutes ago, called The Tour of Brighton, everyone.
the tour of Brighton.
We'll be your local lesbians.
My name is Ziggy.
My name's Moonlight Ocean McKnight.
We really hope you enjoy the tour. Now our first site will be the local drug den.
Got any heroin? I can trade you for some crack.
And of course Queen's Park.
Have you got any heroin? I can trade you for some crack.
And the local primary schools.
Have you got any heroin? I can trade you for some crack.
We also have the fantastic dome.
Hey, Steve, look, it looks like a giant tit! It's totally this way. Brilliant!
And of course, opposite that is the Pavilion Gardens with its illustrious amount of foreign exotic bushes. This one's from Africa, this one's from India, and this one has Greg, the creepy homeless man living inside.
To the left of that, we also have the Pavilion.
Darling? Yes, dear. Is that the Taj Mahal? Well, I do think so. Shit. We got on the wrong bus again, didn't we? Yeah. Where are we? Holiday.
Now, Brighton is well known for its Pride celebrations. Here you will see a typical Brightoner on the Pride.
Hey, wasted!
And the other 364 days of the year.
Still wasted!
Like my nasty head falling down.
Philip, I'm rusting! Not again, Margaret.
Now, as we approach the seafront, I would like to share a very nice fact with you all that I think you may enjoy. Did you know that Brighton did used to be a small fishing village, being located to the sea and all? But of course, due to the amount of fish, the smell was quite pungent. Unfortunately, due to the amount of lesbians, that really hasn't changed. I can. I'm a lesbian.
Now we approach the I-360.
Rupert, look at it. It always looks so marvellous, Fred. So big. So big.
And of course, we pass the Brighton Pier, where you can hear the screams of the children both on top and bottom.
Help! Yes, Brighton Pier. Half the price to risk half your life.
Money! And of course, on the pier, we do have the gay arcade.
Hello, welcome back to the wheel of sexuality. Now let's spin the wheel.
I wonder what I'm going to be.
You are a transsexual.
Following along the seafront, we now approach the nudist beach.
It's a tit. Bird watching. Why are we watching? Why?
Oh, God!
Now, of course, on this tour of Brighton, you will have heard the Brighton Seagulls. Bunch of squawking twats, really. And that's just the football team.
Squad!
Thank you for joining us on this tour of Brighton.
We do hope you've enjoyed yourself. Now, if you would like to exit through the gift shops, every corner shop on your way back to the station.
We sure enjoyed showing you around.
Thank you and good
Good
night.
night.
Sorry, man. So the next act of tonight is another stand-up artist. He's got the looks, he's got the locks on lock. It's my good friend Verdi, everyone.
Get away from me that easily. Yes, my name is Birdie, and I like to think of myself as, a bit of a comic. Not a comic strip. That is something slightly different, doesn't really happen as much as you'd think on this kind of stage. Yes, so a little bit about me. I was reading about Cecil the Lion recently, and anybody else hear about that? Yeah, it was horrible, wasn't it? I was reading about how they use lion heads and manes as, trophies, and I was thinking, shit, I'm next. Yeah, someone made a noise that sounded to me like a gunshot the other day, and I shat myself. Yes. So my hair, my luscious locks It is a big part of my appearance. It's the thing people notice first about me. I get asked a lot, what do you need for such big hair? The answer is pretty simple, planning permission. The only downside to my very sexy do is that I do get bad hair days depressingly frequently, and they are catastrophic. I do get asked things in the street, and the kind of comments I get range from sympathetic adults trying to ask me what it is like to be electrocuted, all the way down to children trying to stroke my cat. Thank you. A little more about me. I love summer holidays. Who else loves summer holidays? Yeah, quite a lot of you, lovely. We have just come out the other side of what I assume was summer. I'm going to France at the end of the week for my summer holidays, which is great. We're not actually staying in a hotel, which is quite nice. I've had my fair share of bad hotels, my unfair share. I stayed in a particularly seedy place last year. Let me paint a little mental picture for you. It was the kind of place where the bathwater doesn't really leave a ring on the tub so much as a ring on you. The walls, they were so thin. It was like giving Kate Moss a run for her money. And the windows, they were so small you could clean them with bloody Optrex. No, of course there are wonderful hotels as well at the other end of the spectrum. There are places where the towels and the pillows are so fluffy and soft you can hardly close a suitcase. It's great. Yes, I'm staying in France with a couple of members, thank you, of my family. My auntie Catherine, for one, she's lovely. She has this weird quality about her. It's really hard to put your finger on. Stupidity. She called us up in the middle of the night because she was locked in her hotel room. She couldn't get out. And she said, oh no, there are only 3 doors in here. One's a bathroom, one's a closet, the other one says do not disturb on the handle. She's lovely, she's lovely. She's the kind of person, though, who would feel sorry for the fish in a fish restaurant and set them free into a wood. So, yes, she is mother to my cousin Sandra, who, again, is lovely. I love her. She shares my love of summer. She, last year, was very, very intent on getting that sexy beach body. She went a little bit overboard with the wax. She waxed her legs, waxed her armpits. She waxed her bikini line, which I assume is round here. Is that right? She did go a little bit overboard, tried to wax her nostrils and asphyxiated herself. So lesson learned there. May she rest in peace. Yes, and of course I'm staying with my wonderful parents who are somewhere over there, I don't know. I love them to bits. My mother, very, very house proud. She always gets very uptight when I shit in the sink. She really understood the irony of calling me a son of a bitch either. So. My dad as well, I love him, he's brilliant. My mother married him, predictably enough. And, yeah, no creativity at all. He likes to think of himself as a bit of a ladies' man, except I think the furthest he's ever got is, quick, someone's farted, let's get out of here! No, of course I am joking about my family. If my parents heard me saying such things, they'd give me another 2 weeks in the basement. Thank you very much, that's my time!
Talking quite a lot about this hair. You know, I've been looking around the audience. Some people seem quite permed today. Myself, quite shit. I guess to the point where I'm quite fascinated by hair. Like, I can become fixated. You're worth it, aren't you, dear? If you'd like to see me after the show, you can sign your restraining order. Add you to my list. Who's up for the final game of the evening, everyone? Yeah! Let's welcome our performers. Yeah! Okay, so is everyone in the room familiar with the show called Mock the Week? Mock the Week, everyone? Yeah! The bit at the end where they do scenes you'd like to see? That bit? Yeah. Well, for those who haven't, get under the rock that you've been living under, because that is a fantastic show. It's basically, we get suggestions from the audience in our version, where you will give us a scenario such as unlikely things to hear in a blank, or things you'd like to hear blank say along those lines. So for the first example, we are going to do unlikely things to hear at a funeral.
loved and her friend.
He died doing what he loved, getting hit by a train.
Brought into this world like he was taken out by a bitch.
Make some noise for Derek, may he rest in peace.
Oh shit, I thought this was a sandpit!
We are gathered here today because somebody couldn't stay alive.
That's not a toilet.
Went out of the world the way he came in, kicking, screaming, and covered in someone else's blood.
And now we bury Ted. I'm still alive. Shut up, Ted.
Can we speed this up a bit? I've got somewhere to be.
We'll now lower the coffin into the ground.
I think on that note we're going to leave it on the funeral. And now we're going to take suggestions from the audience. Has anyone got a scene that we would like to see from our performers?
Losing your virginity.
Things you don't want your parents to hear, or things your parents don't want, you don't want to hear from your parents.
Things you don't want to hear from your parents.
Son, I'm adopted.
I like it when you call me Big Papa.
Children, as you know, we've fallen on hard times, so we're going to have to let one of you go.
Son, you're adopted, and I'm taking you back for a refund.
I got your report card.
We're naming you Bruce Wayne. Let's go to the theatre.
Who let you out of the basement?
I'm sorry to let you know, your mother's a bitch. I know you want to hear this, Rufus. Oh, fine.
I think that might be it for that one. One more suggestion from the audience, please.
Unlikely scenes from a horror movie.
Unlikely scenes from a horror movie. Brilliant.
Mum?
There's a scary noise downstairs. Let's all stay together and work in this as a team.
And the black person survived!
No, I think that's it for tonight. Fabulous time, it's Tom. The small little bundle of hatred is singing. The beautiful talented Farah. The brilliant storyteller and boss, Helena. My one Irish friend, Jamie. The brilliant Aaron. The very good Hannah. Claudia, everyone. And me. Over here as well. Thank you so much for letting us do this amazing opportunity to perform in front of all you beautiful people. Again, thank you so much for coming out. It means a lot to us. This is, we're quite a few of us are comedy virgins, so thank you for taking it easy. Yeah, thank you and good night, everyone.